Imagine two people earning the same salary. One struggles paycheck to paycheck while the other builds wealth steadily. The difference? Not education, not luck, but how they think about money. Most personal finance advice skips this crucial foundation. Today, we're digging into the psychological patterns that determine whether money controls you or works for you. You'll discover specific mindset shifts that help my clients pay off $50,000 in debt and finally started growing real wealth without needing a higher income. Here's what's really happening in your brain right now. Automatic money scripts run in the background like invisible programs. These subconscious beliefs dictate every financial choice you make, from impulse purchases to investment decisions. Most people inherit these scripts from childhood experiences without ever questioning them. Research shows these unconscious beliefs often directly contradict our conscious financial goals. Take someone who believes rich people are greedy at a subconscious level. Even if they consciously want wealth, this hidden belief creates self-sabotage. They might avoid profitable opportunities or feel guilty about earning more. The data shows this isn't theoretical. 78% of lottery winners go bankrupt within 5 years. These are people who received millions, yet their unchanged money mindset led them back to zero. Windfalls don't fix flawed mental models. Think about it this way. Your money beliefs operate like a financial advisor whispering constant advice. Except you never hired them, and their qualifications are questionable at best. Consider identical twins raised in the same household. If one develops a scarcity mindset while the other adopts an abundance perspective, their financial outcomes will diverge dramatically within years, even with identical incomes. The Minnesota Twins study tracked this exact scenario. Two brothers shared genetics and upbringing, but different money mindsets led one to accumulate assets while the other struggled with debt. The brother who believed money flows to me easily took calculated risks that paid off, while the one who thought you have to work yourself to death for money did exactly that. Working long hours, but never building wealth. Right now, you can surface these hidden beliefs with a simple exercise. When faced with a financial decision, pause and ask, what childhood memory or experience might be influencing this choice? Many discover they're replaying scripts written by parents' money struggles or cultural myths about wealth. Here's why this matters. Subconscious beliefs create self-fulfilling prophecies. If you believe, I'll never be good with money, you'll confirm that belief through your actions. The good news? Once identified, these scripts can be rewritten. You wouldn't keep using outdated software. Why run financial decisions on mental programs written when you were 12? The first step is recognizing that your current results reflect your current mindset. Not the economy, not bad luck, not your employer. When 78% of people lose millions because their mindset couldn't sustain wealth, that's not coincidence. It's evidence. Your financial life will always reflect what you truly believe about money, not what you say you believe. Identifying these beliefs creates choice. You can examine whether they serve you or sabotage you. That moment of awareness breaks the automatic pattern. From there, you can consciously design better beliefs that align with the financial future you want to create. It starts with recognizing that script running in your head right now. This isn't an accident. The wealthiest individuals share specific mindset traits that anyone can cultivate. A healthy money mindset isn't about extreme frugality or deprivation. It's about strategic alignment between your beliefs, behaviors, and long-term financial goals. Most people make the mistake of copying financial strategies, whether it's specific investments or budgeting techniques, without adopting the underlying mindset that makes those strategies effective. Here's the reality. 3 core traits separate those who build sustainable wealth from those who don't. First is time preference, your ability to delay gratification. Research from the Stanford Marshmallow Experiment shows this predicts financial success better than IQ. Children who waited 15 minutes to receive 2 marshmallows instead of eating one immediately went on to have better life outcomes. For adults, this translates to choosing investments over impulse purchases. The same $1,000 could become a depreciating TV or a growing asset. The difference lies in time preference. Second is value-based spending. This isn't traditional budgeting. It's spending intentionally on what aligns with your values while cutting ruthlessly on what doesn't. Most budgets fail because they focus on restriction rather than alignment. Someone with strong value alignment might spend $500 on quality tools for their trade, while skipping $5 daily coffees, not because they're cheap, but because trade growth matters more than caffeine convenience. Third is emotional regulation, making financial decisions from logic rather than stress or euphoria. Market cycles test this constantly. In 2008, those who sold in panic locked in losses, while those who bought quality assets cheap multiplied their wealth. The same principle applies daily. Emotional eaters overspend on comfort food. Emotional shoppers buy retail therapy. Emotional investors chase fads. Consider how $1,000 produces radically different outcomes based on these traits. Person A sees a bonus check and buys the latest smartphone. That's $1,000 gone. Person B invests in an index fund. That's potentially $11,000 in 30 years at 7% return. Person C uses it for professional development. That might mean a $10,000 raise. Same amount, different trajectories. These traits aren't fixed personality types. They're skills anyone can develop. The Stanford studies showed children used specific cognitive strategies to delay gratification. They distracted themselves, covered their eyes, or focused on abstract thoughts. Adults can use similar tactics. When tempted by impulse purchases, shift focus to long-term goals. When anxious to sell investments, review historical market recoveries. Your relationship with delayed gratification predicts your financial future because it determines asset accumulation capacity. Every dollar spent today is a dollar that can't compound tomorrow. The wealthiest individuals aren't necessarily those who earn most. They're those who convert the highest percentage of earnings into appreciating assets. This requires consistently choosing future security over present comfort. Asset markets actually reward delayed gratification structurally. Compound growth needs time. Market cycles average out over years. The system favors those who can wait, which explains why patient capital always outperforms. The question isn't whether markets will reward waiting, but whether you can develop the capacity to wait. That capacity separates financial strugglers from builders, regardless of income level. Your personal finances don't exist in a vacuum. They operate within larger economic forces most people ignore. Inflation isn't just a number on a government report. It's a psychological test of your money mindset. Most people react emotionally to economic changes rather than strategically. They see prices rising and panic, making decisions that lock in losses rather than adapt to new conditions. Think about it this way. Inflation rewards certain behaviors and punishes others. During recent inflation spikes, two distinct patterns emerged. Those with a scarcity mindset rushed to spend cash before prices rose further, draining savings on immediate purchases. Others recognized inflation as a transfer of wealth from cash holders to asset holders. They shifted funds into real estate, stocks, or commodities, assets that historically appreciate during inflationary periods. The data shows us this isn't theoretical. Asset prices rise during inflation, while cash loses value. Yet most households keep over 30% of their net worth in cash equivalents. Central bank policies actually assume certain consumer behaviors in their economic models. When the Federal Reserve targets 2% inflation, they're counting on people to spend and invest rather than hoard cash. Richard Thaler's mental accounting theory explains why this works. People categorize money differently. They'll spend a tax refund but save a bonus, even though both are income. Inflation exploits these mental categories. Those who treat all money equally adjust faster to economic changes. Present bias plays a significant role here. People overvalue immediate rewards, which leads to short-term decisions during inflationary periods. They'll pay more today to avoid perceived future price increases, rather than invest that money to outpace inflation. This creates a self-defeating cycle. The pain of paying with cash feels immediate, while the benefits of investing feels distant. Credit cards exacerbate this by delaying payment, making spending feel less consequential in the moment. There's a way to align your mindset with these macroeconomic realities. First, recognize that cash is a liability during inflation, not a safe haven. Second, reframe assets as purchasing power preservers, not just growth vehicles. Third, automate investments to bypass present bias. If the money never hits your checking account, you can't spend it impulsively. Why do smart financial strategies fail, even with perfect execution? They don't account for the psychological traps economic conditions create. A perfect budget means nothing if inflation erodes your purchasing power faster than you save. A brilliant investment strategy falls apart if you panic sell during volatility. The system rewards those who understand its rules and adjust their mindset accordingly. Now, let's make this practical. The key isn't predicting economic shifts. It's building a mindset that adapts to them. Start by analyzing where your current behaviors align or conflict with inflationary realities. Are you reacting or responding? Hoarding or strategically allocating? Your answers reveal whether you're playing the game or being played by it. Here's what's really happening with your financial habits. Small daily practices create compounding effects that lead to significant wealth shifts over time. You don't need complex systems or dramatic overhauls, just consistent reinforcement of better money beliefs. Most people make the mistake of overestimating major financial transformations while underestimating the power of daily mindset habits. Neuroscience explains why this works. Each time you pause before an impulse purchase or consciously align spending with values, you strengthen neural pathways associated with financial discipline. Repetition rewires your brain's automatic responses to money decisions. This isn't theoretical. Studies on neuroplasticity show habitual thoughts and actions physically reshape brain structures over time. Start with the 24-hour rule for emotional spending decisions. When you feel the urge to buy something unnecessary, wait one full day before purchasing. This simple pause disrupts the dopamine-driven impulse cycle. One client used this single rule to reduce discretionary spending by 40% within 2 months. The waiting period allows emotional excitement to fade, revealing whether the purchase aligns with long-term goals or momentary desire. Next, implement a value alignment checklist for purchases over $100. Before buying, ask, does this directly support my top 3 life priorities? Will I derive ongoing value from this, or just temporary satisfaction? Would I still want this if no one knew I owned it? This filter prevents lifestyle inflation disguised as necessity. Someone might justify a luxury car as an investment in their image, but the checklist forces honest evaluation against actual values. Daily wealth journaling provides the third exercise. Spend 5 minutes each morning writing responses to prompts like, what financial choice today would future me thank me for? Or where did I recently spend money in ways that didn't align with my goals? This practice surfaces subconscious spending patterns while reinforcing intentionality. Journaling creates awareness of scarcity thinking, like believing you can't afford investments when you regularly spend equal amounts on conveniences. The simplest exercise often produces the fastest results because it removes decision fatigue. Complex budgeting systems fail when they require constant attention and willpower. Automatic transfers to savings accounts work better than manual savings because they bypass momentary resistance. Similarly, the 24-hour rule automates better decisions by inserting mandatory reflection time. What makes these exercises effective isn't their complexity, it's their consistency. Performing them daily builds what psychologists call implementation intention. Rather than vaguely intending to spend wisely, you create specific if-then rules. If I want to make an impulse purchase, then I wait 24 hours. If considering a major expense, then I complete the value checklist. These predetermined rules prevent willpower depletion during emotionally charged moments. The 24-hour rule in particular improves financial decision-making immediately because it creates space between impulse and action. That pause allows logical evaluation to override emotional reaction. Most poor money choices happen in seconds, a fleeting sense of deprivation leading to unnecessary purchases, or market panic triggering premature sales. Inserting even a short delay changes everything. One study found that simply putting credit cards in a wallet rather than a pocket reduced impulsive spending by 32%. The slight friction created better outcomes. These exercises work because they address the root cause of financial struggles: automatic mental patterns. You can't out-earn bad money habits, but you can reprogram the habits themselves. Start with one exercise today, track the changes for a week, and observe how small shifts create disproportionate results over time. The system responds predictably. Consistent inputs generate consistent outcomes. Your financial future depends less on any single decision than on the daily mental frameworks guiding all decisions. The wealthiest individuals don't achieve financial success through willpower alone. They build systems that automate wealth-building decisions, removing the need for constant discipline. Here's what's really happening. Willpower is finite and unreliable, while designed environments and routines create consistent results. Most people try to force good financial choices through sheer effort, rather than structuring their surroundings to support those choices. Start with a morning financial check-in, a 5-minute routine that sets your financial intention for the day. This isn't a detailed budget review, it's a quick scan of key metrics: account balances, pending transactions, and progress towards savings goals. Link this habit to an existing routine, like drinking coffee or checking email. One client reduced impulsive spending by 30% in a month just by reviewing his accounts before eating breakfast. The practice creates awareness before daily spending decisions accumulate. Implement a weekly money meeting, a structured 20-minute session every Sunday evening. Use this time to review the past week's income, expenses, and investment movements. The key is consistency, not complexity. Track 1 or 2 metrics, like percentage of income saved or unnecessary spending triggers, and look for patterns. A freelancer used these weekly meetings to identify that 22% of her income was going to unplanned food delivery. Once visible, she meal prepped on Sundays and redirected that money into investments. Schedule a monthly wealth date, a longer, more strategic review of financial health. This isn't about nitpicking small expenses, but evaluating overall trajectory. Check net worth changes, asset allocations, and progress toward annual goals. One couple paid off $35,000 in debt in 18 months by making these monthly reviews non-negotiable. They treated it like a business meeting: clear agenda, actionable takeaways, and scheduled follow-ups. The most effective system is the morning financial check-in because it creates ongoing awareness with minimal time investment. 5 minutes of daily exposure to your financial reality changes behavior in subtle but powerful ways. Seeing negative balances first thing creates reluctance to overspend. Watching investments grow daily reinforces positive habits. Like checking the weather before leaving home, it prepares you for the financial conditions ahead. These practices work because they invert conventional wisdom. Rather than trying to control impulses in the moment, they reshape the decision-making environment. External structures, reminders, scheduled reviews, visual trackers serve as guardrails. The system expects human weakness and designs around it. That's why wealthy individuals appear disciplined. Their discipline comes from design, not deprivation. Automating this mindset requires about 30 minutes of total weekly time. 5 minutes daily, 20 weekly, then an hour monthly. The return on that small investment compounds exponentially because consistency beats intensity in wealth building. Small daily inputs create outputs that surprise people years later when they check their accounts and wonder how the balance grew so large. The system does the work while you live your life, which is exactly how sustainable wealth gets built. The data shows us money mindset isn't about positive thinking, it's about accurate thinking. Your financial future depends less on external factors than internal frameworks. A healthy money mindset cultivates openness and generosity, creating better opportunities and networks. This predisposes you to calculated risks and action, the foundation of exponential growth. Start today with one exercise from this video. Track the changes for 30 days. Notice how small shifts create disproportionate results over time. Your current financial position reflects your current mindset. Change the mindset, and the results follow predictably. The system responds to consistent inputs. Your next step begins with implementation, not more information.